Alright, so we're on part 11, San Pablo Bossa Nova. He dispenses justice, San Paulo style. After instructing his men to take Dr. Doris to the chapel hideout, Wakendo walks over to Duncan, who is watching over a group of hostages.
You're a clever one, viejo. I like working with your type.
The hostages, Galindo among them, are lined up on their knees, their hands tied behind their backs. Wakendo has ordered them to take him to the manor.
Much appreciated. I've tried to pick up a thing or two over the years.
You've had plenty of time to learn, a man of your age. By the way, what about that girl? Where'd she go?
Sutterby is missing.
Dunno. Maybe got scared away. You know how little rich girls are. I'm certain she's found her way back to her daddy's bodyguards. She'll be no cause for concern.
Fine, fine. No need to worry about this spoiled little girl. Now this bastard, on the other hand.
Wakendo kicks Lento hard in the stomach.
Leave the boy be. He's not got much time left if he doesn't give up those names.
His eye darts around, keenly scanning his surrounding. Wakendo has left without about a dozen men, but he only came back with 9.
Hot enough out here? Luckily, I've got a bit of vino left. You a fan of wine, Senor Marcando? I'll fetch some for us, and all the brothers and sisters here. Let's drink to the Brotherhood and the opportunities that lie ahead.
You old fox, I see your game. But why not? We could all use a drink.
You, over there! Keep a watch on this guy. Don't let him get away.
He gives Galindo a kick in the backside as he leaves. Old Duncan waits by the water, his eyes anxiously fixed upstream. Eventually, a small boat carrying Lepera and a few men roll into view.
Finally.
The boat dock, and they jump ashore one by one, carrying spiked wine in their hands.
Duncan, you nearly had me there. When did you plan all this?
He's on the wind.
I've had it brewing for a while. But things have been changing fast lately. Honestly, I didn't expect to be doing this now.
He cast the men, just 6 of them, fewer than expected, but enough.
There's enough snoring syrup in the wine now to put them all in a dreamy, deep, deep sleep. Oh, but might it have had a stronger effect if I had included a dash of slumber belladonna in the recipe?
That put them to permanent
This
sleep.
will be more than enough, little lady. We only need to get them to drink the wine. Then...
Oh, then you must drink this. Just a drop.
She rummages around in her skirts for the potion. Eventually, she produces a bottle of thick pine green liquid.
It will stay on your tongue and prickle around in your mouth. That way you won't drift off like the others. I've concocted much tastier potions before, but this one...
Memories of her past experiments come flooding back, almost bringing her to her tears.
it'll do just fine. Thank you, little lady.
He smiles as he takes the bottle and downs its content. He raises his flute, signaling the next step of his plan.
Pass me the wine and wait for my signal. When you hear me playing this flute, you'll know it's time to strike. The wine's here! Courtesy of an old friend from Mexico. Take a glass, everyone.
Here's to his reverence's good health.
To his reverence's health.
To Marcando, to the Invincible Brotherhood.
To Marcando!
The flattery and alcohol has successfully lowered Marcando's guard.
Duncan, is that your flute? Give it over.
Marcando snatches Duncan's flute and looks it over.
This is a fine flute. Duncan, did you said that you got a friend in Mexico? Huh? You know that old Mexican song, La Llorona?
Can't blow the flute just yet. A few men are still awake.
That I do! I learned it from the best! In the cactus back in Tulum. From a fine young lady with silky hair and gentle eyes as dark as coffee.
In improv lie, but there's truth in it. The cactus bar in Turtle is real, at least.
Claro. So, how fine was this chica, huh?
It seems beautiful ladies are much more interesting than music to him.
Ah, don't let me start spinning that yarn. It'll be no fun for you to watch an old man bursting into tears.
Lies and fake tears. Duncan's acting wouldn't fool the sober, but with his audience under influence of alcohol and potions, he might just get away with it.
I'll only say I was heartbroken by the time I left. Ah, that love of mine. Anyway, enough about the old flames of yesterday. Let's raise a glass to a better tomorrow.
The poor old Duncan.
To poor old Duncan.
Duncan definitely retrieves the flute before pouring out more drinks. He faint joy, drinking and laughing with his new friends until they tear too drunk to stand. Every one of them is utterly inhibited. Marcando and his hounds passes out one by one until they all fast asleep.
It's time.
He blows the flute and his companions jump into action.
Good. Good music. Who are you?
My duty lies with you.
Wear gloves.
The moment of utterance.
It's newly made this year.
Get out of here.
Learn from silence.
Enjoy! What's wrong?
Attack.
There they are.
The moment of silence.
Another jar?
Loading.
It's newly made this year.
Benefit from reading.
Let's get it over quick.
The moment of time for tongues to speak
Charging.
of truth.
Loading.
Till the torch is lit. The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Eliminate target. Barrage. Under attack. Sterilize. Allow me to double check the battery levels.
Another jar?
Oh, hi. Faraday's miracle.
Huh? It's already over?
Lopera! Galeno! Come on, give me a hand!
Oh, pinche traidor!
Time to cash you out.
He pins the struggling Marcando to the ground.
You'll be begging for Lord Santo's mercy.
Be reasonable, kid. The Brotherhood is finished. Your time's up.
He pulls the knife from Gallo's and finishes Marcos off the San Pablo's way.
Don't let them slip away!
Mr. Carson, but you...
She swallows her words. No, her brother will never do something like this. This is the raw, fierce power of a man who has lived on the streets of Fadela. Meanwhile, the power catches up to the fleeing Stug and crashes him over the head with a butt of her gun.
Let me.
He picks up a metal bat and stands over the fallen Thug in the front of Lopera.
Think you can handle this?
Yeah, I've got it.
He swallows hard and aims at the spot where the gun butt has struck.
For the favela, the Brotherhood must go!
The battle is over.
Sorry to put you through all that, kid.
Don't mention it. If this means we can get rid of them for good, it'll all be worth it. So what's next?
Next, Zeno will come around to pick you up. But first, we've got to get back to the veterans' residence.
Unease spread among the group. They exchange a few glances.
No, senor. One of you has to stay. The people need to see you, or they'll worry that you've deserted us.
I can make it there on my own. Stay with them, Duncan.
And me!
An unexpected volunteer steps forward.
I've seen there are many sick children here in the favela. I'm certain that I could do something to help them.
I'm not sure it's a good idea, Sotheby. The favelas can be dangerous if you don't know them.
The brave young lady can stay with me if she likes. I'll keep her safe.
Galeno and the others nod.
What do you say to that, little lady?
Miss Sotheby is never afraid.
It's decided then. Lopera, head for the veterans' residence. Tell them what happened and contact Admiral Igor from there.
All hesitation leaves Lopero's body once she hears her father's name.
Galeno! You've done us proud, kid. If I were king, I'd have made you a knight. Who knows? Maybe the little lady could do that for us. But first, young Galeno, we'll seek another deed worthy of knighthood. It's time we fight for our people.
To be continued. Got another clue, or Silent Night, Holy Night. We hear the song every night we bid the day farewell. Wishing you peace, my dear. The route from the Federa and the veteran residence is quite familiar to White Rum. She has ferried the doctor back and forth countless times.
You ever been to a veteran's residence? Not many young faces there, besides Lopera. As far as the doc goes, doubtful anyone knows her real age. And even the saltiest sailor knows better than to ask a lady her age. Ooh, I see that joke missed the bow, so to speak.
No, no. It wasn't a bad joke at all. Really.
A joke will usually warrant some kind of response.
Aye. Thanks for the kind words, lass. But best to leave old Flotsam where it lies.
Madame Maria and the veterans' residents bring out some... There's plenty of sugar to go around in the neck of the woods.
Have you been filling this sweet young lady's head with your tall-tailed shippy?
The little ship used to live with the doctor in the veterans' residence, but today she returns alone, and neither one of her two passengers is her own roommate.
Sorry to show up without proper notice.
Oh, don't worry about it. Any friend of Lopera is a friend of ours. Oh, if you'd come a couple of days earlier, we would have introduced you to Senor Duncan and Dr. Doris. But they've not been around in a while.
That's a shame. I was looking forward to meeting them. Hopefully we'll see them soon.
Kimberly wanders the courtyard. She still is on guard, but she seems to be oddly familiar with this place.
You know, I knew a girl who looked just like her. A caregiver here way back in the 60s. Back when this place was called Heartfelt Home.
She scratches the chin of the kin in her arms.
But it can't be her now, can it? Besides, I'm old now, and my memory is a bit fuzzier than it used to be.
May I see Dr. Doris's room?
She wouldn't mind, but please be careful not to move anything. It's that one over there, dear. She never locks the door.
The place looks no different from any other room in the courtyard. The door is slightly ajar. Green vines hang from the roof, and the weathered wall bears the passage of time. It's a simple little home. Kimberly stands by the door, a stray cat in her arms. She scratches its belly.
How dare you scratch me!
The cat leaps out of Kimberly's arms, grabs hold on one of the vines, and chambers along the wall of the veteran residence.
Back here, you fluffy rapscallion! I'll have your tail, you hear me?
She's not as agile as she looks, but perhaps the kid had made her soft. She fails to catch it, instead stumbling to the door, throwing it wide open and hitting the floor with a thud.
Do be careful, Miss Kimberly.
How did that happen? And how long have you been standing there?
Just a little while. Funny. I've never thought to open a door like that before. Let's take a peek inside.
is a rather ordinary guest room. Except there's a particular white marble chair sitting by the window. It has a red button on its armrest. The marble feels familiar, but no memories comes to mind. Odd how they both have some kind of familiarity with this place.
What's this red button on the chair?
The button seems totally out of place, as is there someone to push it. Kimberly takes a seat and curiously presses the button. Despite her ferret past pressing, nothing happens. Frustrated, she swings her leg over the other side of the chair.
For nothing.
A tasteless declaration. No one knows why this chair is in the doctor's room. Pressing the button didn't trigger an explosion or anything of the likes. It's simply a functionless, harmless little contraption. On the other side of the room, the doctor's desk holds a stack of manuscripts.
These must be articles that she hasn't sent out yet.
Notes on a distant Osalo Paulo, records of Arcanus in the Ferreira, investigation into palpitation of Arcani in
She's a good woman.
Eastern Brazil.
And her room smells like a good woman's room. You don't find many of those around these days.
What makes you say so?
Well, firstly, she did save your life. And secondly, it's hard to explain. Good people have a smell. A pleasant one. My nose has never been wrong. Burton.
We'll bring her home safely.
This typewriter seems like it's seen a lot of use.
Do you see any drafts? Any samples?
I can't say. I'm not very familiar with these things. Take a look. She signed something here. But I thought her name was Doris.
What was the name? There was a single word written on the bottom of the manuscript. Oh! Isn't that the... who was that?
Mariana!
A familiar voice echoes from outside. Alright. Another note. There's a secret group in the world that does good deeds in silence. Let's list all the members on this wall. To Mr. Marble, dear anonymous gentlemen, the veterans residents deeply appreciate your generosity. Your donation has been great help during these difficult times. We take you to call you Mr. Marble after your donation of the fine marble chair. I assume marble holds a special significance to you. If you happen to see this letter, we hope that you one day soon come through the door and accept our thanks and hospitality. I'm sure you'll be pleased and comfortable by the heartwarming sight inside the home you long supported. And we'd love to hear the story behind the large red button you placed on your gifted chair. Bonoco del Rosa. Light a candle in memories of the departed.
Oh, more visitors.
Who came this time? It's Opera. She's safe. But where's Sutterby?
Thank goodness. You survived too. What about Sotheby?
Oh, something happened in the favela earlier, so she decided to stay there. Don't worry, Duncan's with her.
We've got bad news. Dr. Doris has been abducted by the Brotherhood.
What? Idiotas! What's wrong with them? Ugh, guess I'll call the base. Mi viejo will figure something out.
Think me, Lepera. I thought you'd been sent to Davy Jones' locker.
Lightworm soars through the air and lands squarely in Lepera's arms. The ferocity of the brace is enough to knock a grown man to the ground.
Why did you think that? I'm tougher than the stubble on the chins of the old geezers here. I'm like you, a ship that'll never sink. Timekeeper? Who's that over there?
Kimberly peeking through the doorway, only a silver of her face showing through the gap.
Kimberly? Did mi viejo let you go?
She's been released?
Oh, Timekeeper, let me explain. When we were routing out the deserters, we found Kimberly hanging out with the Manus thugs. Pa took her off somewhere, and he always has a plan, so I didn't bother asking where she ended up. Hey, come over here and say hi. When did Pa let you go? Or did you sneak out somehow?
Kimberly's eyes shifts, her claws tense, as if ready to spring into action at any moment.
I think... Miss Kimberly, didn't you pull me out of the water?
How did you know?
Shortly after my fever subsided, I started to remember what happened just before I lost consciousness. There was a voice ringing in my head. It was you calling out to me.
Vertin, I can't have you dying here. You mustn't give up. What? I did not say that. I just took you to the doctor and left.
Her protest is almost extreme.
Aye, 'tis true what Vertin says. Though Kimberly denies it, she chose to save her. Even when she had plenty of chances to blow the last down. She's a good lass at heart. Not an enemy, Lepera.
Lepera lowers her guard, offering a friendly wave to Kimberly. Kimberly cautiously steps out the doorway, but maintains some distance between the two of them. Lepera looks at her new friend. Her attire has given her a totally new, different appearance. After a brief pause, Lepera smiles
You
at
have
her.
to understand, it's pretty hard not to suspect someone who hangs around with the Manus. Anyway, I guess there must have been some kind of misunderstanding. Back then, I didn't have time to... In any case, I'm sorry, Kimberly.
Lepera extends a hand in a gesture of peace, but Kimberly hesitates, her claws tensing once again.
It's fine. But don't think I'll forgive you so easily. Speaking of the Manus and the Brotherhood, I never quite understood what they were trying to do.
I don't blame you. I still don't really get it either. So you're really not in the same boat as them?
A sudden yet perfectly reasonable question.
Of course not! I don't have a boat! No, I mean, I'm not in any boat with anyone! If only I'd found my...
She looks around as she's forgotten something but finds nothing.
Listen, I don't know who it is you're looking for, but it's not me. I've already told you everything I know. If I'm not welcome here, now get out of your way. Just... please, don't take me back to that place. I don't want to see that thing ever again.
She refused to look at the weapon around Lepera's waist, perhaps in the restrained sense of rejection of fear, or something hidden deep within her heart.
All right, girls. If you want to have a chat, at least take a seat first. It simply won't do to have you all standing around the entrance like this.
Madame Maria takes Kimberly with one hand and Lepera with the other, and leads them back to the courtyard. When they arrive, they lay out on some piccata for them to snack on.
Eating candy is bad for your
Hey, Roarstorm,
teeth,
thanks for the, thanks.
Oh, I'm
How you doing?
too old to worry about that. When you reach my age, and just waking up each day is a blessing, you'll eat whatever you want, too.
Mamai Mariana, could I have a word with you, please? I have some questions about Mr. Duncan.
Oh, Duncan. What kind of trouble has he stirred up now? All right, then. Why don't we head inside and give those two some space? And Lopera, apologize to that poor girl properly. You hear?
Every lost friend is worth remembering.
Mi viejo released you, which means you can't be trusted. And you saved Verton's life too. I guess I shouldn't have been so hostile towards you. Here, have a drink. As a token of my apology.
He hands her a warm cup with something dark. It has a rich smell.
Salvadoran coffee. Great if you need to pull an all-nighter.
Kimberly raises the cup to her mouth with both hands and curiously sticks with her tongue into the liquid.
So bitter!
Yep, bitter like the old days.
The pair falls silent for a while. Kimberly glances at the gun around Lepera's waist.
You know, back in Colombia, my father did horrible things to his plantation workers. Well, my biological father, not Igor.
Lepera looks off into the sky and laughs gently, as if she spoke of a stranger rather than her flesh
He
and
said,
blood.
"No, that's not the sound of gunfire outside. The workers are setting off fireworks. They're celebrating." But they weren't fireworks.
Also for
He betrayed
psychogenesis?
his workers, his compatriots. It wasn't a celebration. It was a massacre.
Yeah.
After that, I ran away from home. One day, the Admiral and Molly found me. That's how I joined Xeno. Betrayal's as common as dirt here. Comrades, friends, family, anyone could sell you out. And for cheap, too. I hope you can find your boat soon. You know, a place where people have your back.
I've been okay. I've been sick the whole week last before, so...
Can I not drink this?
Of course. Don't force yourself. I know the taste isn't for everyone.
She cleans cups with her new friends. Yeah, I think I'm recovering, so I'm back to returning to work tomorrow.
That's my full name. Bit of a mouthful, huh?
Lepera stretches out her arms, closes one eye, and lines up the moon behind her fingers. She closed the first while catching nothing but the air.
I wanted to erase it from my profile. From everywhere, to be honest. But mi viejo disapproved.
She feels with her finger, her eyes lingering on the untameable celestial body.
Molly agreed with him. She said, "You mustn't forget your past, Beta." So I let it go. But Lopera sounds so much nicer, so I preferred to go by that. And you, Kimberly? What's your real name?
Kimberly hesitates.
Nala. Nala Hari. The residents of Heartfelt Home called me Anjo Nala.
Anjo Nala.
How long ago did Mr. Duncan move here? Do you remember?
It must have been 5, maybe 6 years ago. I'm not entirely sure.
5 or 6 years ago. Nowhere near the 20s I am going on.
Do you have any photos of him?
Marina nods and pulls a photograph from the storage room.
We do have one, but he's been gathering dust for years. Let me see. Here. This is him.
Oh, it's the same photo as the... She points to a man who looks like Mr. Carson.
I know a gentleman who looked just like him. His name was Carson. Did Mr. Duncan ever go by that name?
The old woman blows the dust off the frame.
No, not that any of us are aware of anyway. And I've known him since I was a medic in the army. Back then, people called him Duncan the Dauntless, or the all-powerful Duncan. I never once heard Carson or anything of the like. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, minha querida.
It seems an in-person meeting with Mr. Duncan is in order. As they head outside, black flashes across the vision as crows swoop down from above. They release the letter clenched in his claws.
A crow?
The crow perches nearby as the letter flutters down and lands at their feet. The old woman picks it up and breaks the seal.
Oh dear, this looks like bad news.
Santos.
It's a cleanly written ransom note signed Santos.
Dr. Doras is being held captive in the Colonel's manor. He's given us 3 days. He says that if Zeno doesn't return the deserters they detained, he'll execute the doctor.
Are the deserters
For
dead?
my Mariana, please contact Admiral Eagle. We need Zeno's help.
To be continued. "14. The sleepless man. Now, the die is cast." Admiral Igor rarely makes a call to Xeno's headquarters, but the situation has become desperate. Oh.
Ah, Igor. How are things in San Paulo?
Worse than expected. I have a small number of troops with me, but not enough to deal with the situation. Things have gotten out of hand. At least one of the Apostles' Brotherhood leaders has pledged allegiance to the Menace.
Brotherhood. These new gangs just keep popping up, don't they? It's like cutting down sugarcane. Before you know it, another one's grown in its place.
Carlos has been murdered by his own subordinates. Even now, some of the deserters are with the Brotherhood.
The news is met with a prolonged silence.
Did you catch them?
Some have already been executed. The rest will be transferred to headquarters for interrogation.
Good. What assistance do you require, comrade?
An army. A reliable one.
An army? I'm afraid that's not possible. We simply don't have the men to spare.
It doesn't need to be large. Just dispatch my Sentinel unit from Buenos Aires to São Paulo.
A loyal army led by the children he raised himself, composed of orphan of war born into Zeno's cause.
Or, at the very least, Saint-Remy.
Ptolemy? Ah, one of your orphan children. That seems like a feasible solution.
Yes. His parents died fighting for Zeno. All my children are loyal to a fault. Officer Carlos was shot in the head by one of his own men in this very office. I need soldiers I can trust.
Ah, so the fearless Igor is afraid of death after all.
An officer was killed by his own soldiers at his own base. This is an immense stain on Zeno's honor.
How little honor they have left. Igor clings to it like a leaf to a tree in winter.
If everything goes according to plan, you'll see your unit shortly.
Now, it's just a matter of time.
Admiral tosses the dice in his hands. Up, down, up and down. He receives the same oracle, the same answer. Like the inscription on the bit of announcement is eternal of changing. His heart is hanging there, a hanging there, gently plucked. An ancient verse raised in the old Admiral's memory. Dark omens, ill prophecies, and all whispers from his lips.
Я видел ястреба, что гнался за голубкой, и бога солнца, который туго натягивал свою золотую тетиву. Я наблюдал, как приветствовали деревянного коня на наших землях, и как из священного фонтана текла кровь птенцов. Да, но человек с решительным умом и гордостью знает, что его город выстоит, его стены будут крепки, и он будет непоколебим, как ядро земли. Какой грех! Жребий брошен. Белый саван покроет его, и он будет окутан мраком. Это все для светлого
Are they part of the
будущего.
Mantis and Distus?
Лучшее будущее для всех.
Admiral.
Come in.
Yesterday, we received word from the Timekeeper that Dr. Torres has been abducted by the Apostles' Brotherhood. She should be coordinating with Lopera to set up a rescue operation as we speak.
She breathes a sigh of relief. The doctor may have been abducted, but at least the timekeeper is safe.
Also, that girl who escaped, Kimberly, is with the timekeeper. She claims that she was released.
Just play along with your lie. There is no need to tell Opera the truth.
The Brotherhood has demanded that we exchange the detained deserters for the doctor. Forgive me for issuing instructions without your consent, but if we refuse or ignore them, I'm afraid they'll...
They'll execute the doctor.
He knows full well the ways of these thugs.
What arrangements did you make?
Mother tenses up a little, unsure of how her father will react to her decision.
I told the timekeeper that Xeno reinforcements would meet her at the veteran's residence. Since Lopera is familiar with the place, I also asked her to scout out the rendezvous location. And yes, I played along with Kimberly's lie. I assumed you would have done the same, Father.
Very good.
While the Admiral refused to talk to anyone last night, his daughter has been modeling her actions after him.
Your squad will soon arrive. Take them to Lopera at the rendezvous point and bring the doctor back.
A squad?
He scans the barren fort. The weathered stone, and the vines slowly wearing away at the walls. How did this come to be?
I have spoken with headquarters. All going well. Telling and the unit will arrive soon.
Mother's body relaxes a little, and a smile grows on her face.
I see. I can hardly remember the last time we were all together.
Her smile turns bittersweet.
Your father died in Abadan. In a war he had no obligation to fight in.
It's far more glorious to die in the throes of battle than to wither away on a sick bed. He made an honorable sacrifice.
How shameful that we would tarnish his honor.
Honor is a thing easily stained.
Let's begin with that young pilot, Lilia. Tell me, what do you think of her?
She's well trained, experienced, a straight shooter, similar to Lopera in many ways.
She's a true Slav, just like my brothers and sisters back home.
Stubborn, loyal, brave, and as unshakable as the frozen Siberia earth.
I suppose she's luckier than Lopera, not destined to become a traitor like her.
Lopera is still a child, really.
The Admiral closes his eyes as he remembers those who fought beside him.
So many lives have been lost. In wars, in the storm.
They have all been enshrined in the halls of merit at headquarters.
What do you think Lopera will do?
She's your child, just like me. I think she will stand with us.
He smirks.
You think? Do you? Anyway, she's not important. Here, take a look at this.
An invitation.
I will not wear it. Nor will you. I promise you, not one of us will wear this thing. The preacher has given us a gift and shared with us an oracle. We will bring her something in return. Fire and brimstone rained down from heaven. Yet among the ruins were recovered the remnants of a miracle. A miracle that is living, breathing, and growing. I can sense their life force. I can hear their whispers from within these ashes.
A lucid dream, a living death, a perish immortality.
They are invincible. Rather than endlessly throwing young soldiers' lives to the white stone house, I choose to stand with the true future.
I will always stand with you, Father.
A suspended loot.
A gambling game's been set up in a place unfamiliar to you. Soon, you'll be invited to join the table as well.
Give me more detail.
Huh. You seem to have grown quite assertive. But remember this. As a newcomer to the table, you have no privilege to make demands or probe for information unless you're looking to be targeted and isolated. You have to lose a few rounds. Pay your entry fee. Only then can you start to learn the secrets of those at the table. The players' backgrounds, the dealers' habits, and the truth behind the highest stakes gambler. It's baffling to me. Why would anyone travel halfway across the world just to throw away their money?
Seeking salvation.
Disappointing indeed. To think you're entangled in such empty words. Some are so captivated by these grandiose phrases that they feel empowered when using them. Despite their vapidity, it makes them feel important. Huh. Hypocritical. Delusional, even. Oh, quite the opposite. The odds are rarely equal. Your opponents could have any number of advantages stuffed up their sleeves. A larger stack of chips, easier winning conditions, or even the power to change the rules. Want a fair game? You gotta fight for it, by any means necessary. The white suits always play it safe, carefully hedging their bets, while the black robes plot to overturn the table.
Clever countermeasure.
Clever? More like cretinous and atrocious. Once the table's flipped, there'll be nothing but chaos. Who would bother to set it right again? No one.
The Northern Falcon. A long-awaited reunion. A shocking betrayal. What kind of betrayal? The old admiral picks up the file beside him and flips through the young pilot's records.
Arcanist. Abuses alcohol. And loves to fight.
Lilia.
Messenger. Call Lieutenant Lilia. Tell her to meet me at the training ground.
He rises from a chair and heads back to the training grounds, where the blood of the traitor still stains the grass. Wait, so they're saying Lilia's a traitor? Lilia approaches the admiral, her flash clutched in her hand.
How does it compare to the drink back home?
The stuff saps your energy. Makes you feel sleepy.
Just like this land. This place is always submerged in a half-dead stupor. Poverty, chaos, to them, The future feels farther away than the sun beating down from above.
Where did the sun cast its light from above? Many choose to dance in the darkness of the sewer.
Tell me, Lieutenant, what do you think of the Foundation?
Is this some kind of test?
No. Just the curiosity of an old man. I often wonder how the younger generation views the organization.
Well, unlike those Manus maniacs, the people at the Foundation are at least open to reason. Don't get me wrong, they're stubborn, but overall, I think they're good people. The Timekeeper's red-headed sidekick, for example.
So Netta is too busy with administration work to join the Timekeeper in Sao Paulo.
She's a stickler for the rules, but it's so boring to follow all the regulations. That being said, it would probably be even worse without them. Total chaos, actually. Anyway, at the end of the day, someone has to do the thankless jobs, and the people at the Foundation are the only ones willing to do them.
A subtle hint of approval flickers in the Admiral's eyes.
As the Foundation's most loyal partner, Xena has always been committed to creating a brighter future for both Arcanists and humans. That includes fighting Manus Vindicta, as well as any other conflicts and chaos in the world.
In Sao Paulo, for example, Zeno maintains the city fragrant, fragile piece in its own unique way.
It's a mindless gun. The Foundation points, and Zeno shoots.
Precisely. Countless soldiers have perished in the storm, and they've all been deemed necessary sacrifices.
I have to tell you, I don't like Xena's role in all this.
Neither do I. But an order's an order. Even if it sends your soldiers to die meaningless deaths against an enemy they couldn't possibly defeat. Still, we march on without hesitation, pushing our weary bodies deeper into the storm. But how much longer can Xena keep going, Lieutenant? How long until our knees buckle and we fall to the ground?
I don't know, and I don't care.
She takes another swig of the sweet liquor. Sweet as a billion of a dream.
Arcana isn't dead. We detected life signs after the explosion of the vacuum bomb.
That's impossible.
Yes, it is impossible. It would take a miracle for her to survive. Do you believe in miracles, Lieutenant?
I'd sooner believe the ramblings of a drunkard.
That may be the case, but when a miracle worker appears, there will always be people who follow them, like sheep follow a shepherd. So, when the desertion incident occurred, I wasn't surprised. I was infuriated, however. Not because they abandoned Xena, but because they murdered their own officer.
Damn traitors.
Back before the first storm, human and Arcanius troops got along well. We set aside our origins and united under a common banner. Our bloodlines meant nothing next to our bond as comrades in arms. But the storm changed everything.
Time rolled back, and with each regression, the brilliance of Arcanum shone ever brighter. Eventually, it formed a rift between them.
As a soldier, I must obey my superiors. I sent my men as ordered, no question asked. But
Ignore looks hesitant.
does it really make no difference if the place they die a martyr's death isn't a battlefield? Like war, these things are never simply a matter of black and white. Lieutenant, what do you think of the timekeeper?
I trust her completely.
Her statement is short and powerful.
Sounds like you'd gladly sacrifice yourself for her. We need more leaders like the timekeeper. Manus Vindicta, the Foundation. They are just two sides of the same coin, aren't they?
He sighs again, then he extends Lydia an invitation.
The Foundation, the Pack Security Council, Manus Vindicta. Which path do you think the Timekeeper will eventually take, Lieutenant?
I trust in Vertin's decision.
Я понимаю.
Ты уверен, что Зина не тестирует меня?
Нет. К Зине это не имеет никакого отношения. Я сейчас говорю с тобой как Игорь, а не адмирал.
With a wave of his hand, he takes his leave. As she vanished under the shadow of the colonel, soldiers rush into the training ground. They surround Leah, their guns pointed firmly at her.
What's going on? Lieutenant Lilia, you are under arrest for the assault on Admiral Igor.
What? A lie that makes Monroe's ear turn red with shame.
Assault?
A crime for which no evidence needs to be provided.
Oh, I get it.
She grips her trusty red 39. After what happens in Texas, it hasn't left her side.
Stand down and surrender, Lieutenant.
Leah downs the content of her flask.
Even the booze here tastes lame. Come on then. You're not taking me down without a fight. Soldiers, fire!
How's everything? I'm guessing, did you finish both the story and the other one? Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So we just got to the part where, I guess they're fighting Lilia. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Can I start running?
A rocket launcher, or is it a bazooka?
Bring it on. Show me what you got.
I should have.
You traitorous rats. I never intended things to turn out this way. Surrender now, Lieutenant, or I'll be forced to hurt you. Me? Surrender to you? You'll be the one who's surrendering. If I even give you the chance. Come on, soldiers. Do your worst. What a shame. Fire at will.
Let's go for RPG first.
Looks newly made this year.
Loading.
Got you.
Faraday's miracle.
over?
It's useless. There are far too many of them for Leah to escape.
There is no use resisting, Lieutenant.
Disarmed, Lilia is forced to her knees, and her hands are bound behind her back.
Tell me, what's Igor planning?
Father will lead us to a future where meaningless sacrifices are no more. The die has been cast. I hope you know that this is nothing personal. I'm just following orders.
A fate as cold as the wind that sweeps across Maria Berland.
Take Lieutenant Lilia to the holding cell. No one is to harm her without orders from the Admiral or me.
What?
We are traitors to Zeno now, Lieutenant.
Though the words disgust her, she's forced them out.
I am loyal only to my father. It's a pity, really. I would have liked to work with you in the future.
The Shackles pilot stares fearlessly at Mother's dark silhouette.
How long has he been planning this?
Ever since the preacher gave Father a gift and the path to a brighter future. Live or die, Lieutenant. I will never betray my family.
The door closes, leaving Lilia alone in the darkness of a cell. Mother issues a few instructions to the guard before handing him the key. It will soon be time to welcome her brothers and sisters, for there is no turning back from the path her father has chosen. Trucks led by the young officer and loyal to Admiral Agor rolls to the base, carrying elite Xeno troops across the country to annihilate Mantis Vindictus, destroy the Apostle Brotherhood, and for the future chosen by the Admiral. In the world of lies, the traitor's blade has been raised.
Don't worry, young comrade. Just hang in a little longer.
Huh?
She's surprised from what the guard said. Is there a rebellion too? Another narrator speech.
All it takes is one lie to set off a chain reaction, and I'm afraid the butterfly effect has reached you. I have bad news. You've been betrayed.
What?
But there's good news too. A certain flight lieutenant appears to be more loyal to you than the organization she swore to serve.
Who's the traitor?
You know him. The admiral who was pitted against an enemy he couldn't possibly defeat. This conflict has left an incurable ulcer in his once lofty heart. Yet, as a leader, he must remain unyielding in both body and mind. Despite his continued victories on the front lines, he made a decision so counterintuitive that even his loyal adjutant found it questionable. The top brass always sees things differently, I suppose.
Things never end well for traitors.
You must have heard the story of the Trojan horse, right?
Yep.
Greek soldiers sneaked past the walls of Troy inside a wooden horse. One Trojan priest tried to warn his people, but was executed by the gods themselves for doing so. Soon after, all the leaders of Troy were killed by the hidden invaders. Being killed by your enemy is bad. Being killed by your ally is worse. It was an honorless way to go.
I'm done hearing bad news.
Great. I'm done reading reports anyway. I look forward to your wise decisions. We need some good news for a change.
Family reunion. Family reunion. The call for slaughter has sounded. Unleash the hounds of war. After a long wait, father and daughter reconciled.
Father, Ptolemy and the unit have arrived.
So here they are. The army of justice ready to eradicate the Manus and the deserters in one fell swoop.
He picks up a gift he received from the Foundation.
During the last storm, the Foundation created this thing. And with the help of Laplace and the Apeiran Arcanists, they stole the fire of the gods, just like Prometheus. Which side would you choose?
I wouldn't. I would follow. Follow you wherever you lead.
Her loyalty is like a shield to protect yourself from the inner doubt.
Send someone to bring Stefan's belongings here. The traitor found something important at Tuesday's motel. Ptolemy will find it useful.
Is it the
That's
toy
all
she's
for
looking
now.
for?
Understood.
Wait, so Xena was also in the motel? Wait, wasn't Stefan the one that died?
Muldir, long time no see.
So what he looks like. What's Pardir look like? The one-eyed officer steps forward to embrace his older sister, kissing her on both cheeks. The conversation gets straight to the point.
What do you say?
Oh,
Do we give those humans a chance to surrender?
Also, he's Pardir, okay.
Manus Vindicate don't accept humans. But I doubt Father would blame you if you men allowed them to escape space.
A hint.
Escape the base? Muldir, are you having second thoughts?
He sneers at his sister's kindness.
Either follow this path to the very end, or show mercy and get Father and the two of us executed.
He shouts a few orders to his officers, instructing them to return to their respective unit and await the Admiral's command.
So what then? You want to have a mass execution like Lopera did? On what charges? For refusing to join the rebellion? Disobeying orders?
Oh no. There will be no trials.
He leans in close and whispers a few words in his sister's ear. Muldir's eyes widen.
All my men know about this plan. We're just waiting for Father's orders.
They all know?
Well, those who are still alive.
Only blood and dirt can bury secrets.
The Manus have provided us with a miracle that allows us to survive the storm. How could anyone refuse such a sacred gift? Even after the total destruction caused by the vacuum bomb, we still detected life signs. No one in history has ever been able to do that. Lady Arcana is invincible.
I don't care about Arcana. What worries me is that the soldiers who are unwilling to follow us won't just surrender.
Then we shoot them.
His delivery is disturbing and casual. There's only two options. Follow or die.
I don't think that's...
The Admiral strides towards them.
Oh, Father.
Where are the others?
They went to rally the soldiers. We've been waiting for this day for ages.
She seems to have known about the Admiral's plan for quite some time.
For ages? How long have you known about this?
She looks at Penelope, confusion and astonishment in her eyes.
I told your siblings some time ago.
Then Lopera...
She's not part of the plan. Her only responsibility is to bring back Doris.
Doris? Who's that?
None of your concern. You have other things to worry about. Go issue your orders to your soldiers. Moldir, prepare the aircraft. We're going to Tierra del Fuego.
On the way to the southernmost tip of the continent, to a place where they can gaze up at the snow-capped land to the south and feel the icy breeze on his face once again.
How many of our soldiers do you think will remain loyal?
I'd say about 80%. The Arcanists will follow us. There's no doubt about that. But we still have a lot of human soldiers. Don't worry. I'll be sure to deal with them. The spilling of blood will only unite us further.
Imperial of their own brotherhood, but there is no escape once blood is spilled, for those who shed blood and for those who draw it.
Take this and go to São Paulo tomorrow.
Thanks for the hydrate. He gestures to the wind-up toy that once belonged to the Tristes officer who stayed at Tuesday's Motel. It's placed inside the G33 syringe and a Flying Arrow M1903 pistol.
Oh, me too? So, if Moldir fails, you want me to use this little toy to get Lopera back?
No. You will bring Kimberly back from the veterans' residence. This is Kimberly's seal. As long as it's in your possession, she cannot disobey you.
From the trailers, it's a lie! A succubus cannot resist the will of whoever holds her contract item.
Bring her back peacefully, if possible.
Of course, Father. I will do as you wish.
Instructions given. The Admiral leaves.
Right then, Moldir. Let's get started.
He whistles, signaling the guard to begin their massacre. Wait, who are they shooting or killing? The sound of gunshots echoes through the holding cell.
What's going on out there?
No one answers. The guard has already left. Lilia frowns.
Is the base under attack? By whom? The Manus has no reason to launch a frontal assault. The Apostles' Brotherhood? No, that's even less likely.
She immediately dismissed the idea.
Get out! Quick, comrade!
Are we under attack?
Just take your stuff and go!
The guard hands Lilia her weapon just as the rebels catches up.
More enemies over here!
I guess I was putting her in.
Look at my back!
Wear gloves. Another jar? newly made this year.
Oh, hi.
Gotcha. You don't want to miss it.
Okay.
Another jar?
Wait, what?
Newly made this. Another jar?
Fine.
Got you. Let's get it over quick.
Right wing.
Any more locked up?
Newly made this year.
Wanna watch the aerial stunts? Fine.
Got you.
Right wing. A little trick.
Did I just run up?
Another jar?
Oh, no.
Coming. There they are. I'll fill the cup for you.
Victory secure. I should excuse myself.
Hopefully she gets out okay. Amidst the chaos, a guard has been shot in the leg. Lydia goes to help, but the rebels are closing in fast. There's no time.
Brilliant.
Another damnable choice, but this time there's no time to hesitate.
Lieutenant Muldeer asked me to help you. Take care.
With a running start, Raphael leaps onto Red 35 and leaps into the air, bursting through the rebels and leaving them choking on her exhaust. First, the bright light of the outdoors hits her. Second, the stench of gunpowder and death. Traitors and loyalists. Under the sun, their blood glimmers just the same. It's plain to see now that the blood plains the courtyard.
Kill them all.
No. Recall your troops and assemble.
The remaining loyalists are fleeing. There's no need to pursue any further. Welcome back,
All
Rotorstorm.
hands, assemble.
The bloodshed stops here.
An unceremonial end to the battle. The rebels have formed a new kind of blood brotherhood now.
Muldeer, time to head to São Paulo.
Forgive me for asking, Father. But what if Lopera refuses to come back?
Oh, Muldeer, if it's too much for you to bear, I'd be happy to go and see our dear little sister for you.
No need. This is my mission. I will get her to come back.
The two of them are still linked via the tracker bond.
There will be no alteration of the mission. Telemi, retrieve Kimberly.
The order is non-negotiable. Palma and Mother boards their boat and heads to their respective destination. To be continued. The Black Lamb. It's better to flee into the wilderness than to return to a cold flock. The pieces are falling into place. Lopera has gone to the Colonel Manor, as Admiral Edgar planned. As Mr. Duncan moves quickly, he might make it to the manor in time to meet her. The early morning sun scorches the courtyard. White rum is still tucked away in her bottle, fast asleep.
What are you waiting for? Admiral Igor has sent reinforcements. We were instructed to await their arrival at this location.
Some time has passed. The sun has now risen well into the sky, but the reinforcements are yet to arrive.
Igor?
She tenses up at the name.
Do you know him?
No, I don't. And I don't want to know him either. I want nothing to do with those Xeno madmen.
She knows him. She's hiding something.
Stay away from them, Burton. Trust me,
They're here. The young man with the eye patch strides into the veteran residence, followed by his SWAT soldiers, all armed to the teeth.
Greetings, Timekeeper of St. Pavlov Foundation. I'm Ptolemy, the commander of Igor's Sentinel unit.
Ptolemy? No one at the base has mentioned such a name before.
Are we setting off now, Commander Ptolemy?
Setting off? No. It's Lopera's mission to take care of the doctor. My mission? Well, it concerns the young lady behind you.
Huh? I wasn't informed of this. What does she have to do with Xeno?
It is because of what happened at Tuesday's motel?
As far as I'm aware, the Xeno officer at Tuesday's motel committed suicide. Kimberly had nothing to do with it.
Oh, Stefan? I couldn't care less about him.
If that's the case, then why is he here?
The door opened all by itself.
What door?
I'm not stupid, you know. Miss Kimberly somehow escapes the base. And suddenly I find her with the Timekeeper, who I hear took a detour to a certain tower before she left. So, Timekeeper, care to explain why you helped Miss Kimberly, a member of Manus Vindictae, escape?
Oh, so the captive in that tower was Miss Kimberly.
She gives him no answer.
Per the Admiral's orders, I will now escort you back to the base, Miss Kimberly. And please, don't make me resort to violence.
No, I'm not going back there.
She takes a step back, her body trembling all over. She's too frightened to run.
You'll kill me, just like those Xeno soldiers.
Following soldiers raising their gun, just as the others did when they executed the deserters.
Now, let's just get along, shall we? This isn't an arrest, Miss Kimberly. It's an invitation.
He reaches into his pocket and reveals Xeno sincerely.
A succubus should follow her instincts. Come on, obey your master.
A toy, unremarkable, even ridiculous, yet utterly
You know,
terrifying to her.
You were close, Kimberly. You almost found it. It was hidden at Tuesday's motel, just like you thought. Stefan thought it was just a wind-up toy. What a fool.
Give it back!
Yes, that's the spirit. Come with me, and I'll...
Don't. He's not going to give it back to you.
Oh, so you'd rather stay with the timekeeper? I guess you need a little reminder of who your real master is.
Another facial.
Soldiers, prepare to fire.
Program activated.
What does this do?
Sterilize. It's newly made this year. Another jar?
Get out of here.
There they are. Let's get it over quick.
Shell damage.
It's newly made this year.
Charging. Loading.
Got you.
Eliminate target. The light that illuminates all.
Wear gloves.
Charging. Loading.
I'm losing my patience.
Aim and shoot. Barrage. Circuits functioning properly.
Another jar?
Charging. I, robot, child of science.
Victory secure. I should excuse myself.
Kimberly barely moves as she struggles against the command of the seal. Meanwhile, Penelope and his troops have taken control of the courtyard.
Pick it up, timekeeper.
He tosses a pistol near her.
I hold no grudge against you, and I'm not going to shoot an unarmed civilian. Make your choice. Take the weapon and continue to fight, or surrender. If you do surrender, I'll guarantee your freedom. But Kimberly has to come with us.
She picks up the pistol.
I see. So you've chosen to fight. On your feet. Now then, Kimberly.
The officer gives him a solicitous grin.
Kill her.
You want me to kill Burton?
A command as many as the looks on his face. She doesn't know what to do. But the bloodline allows her no choice. The seal takes effect, slowly compelling her to obey it.
Come on. My patience has its limits.
Polly raises the wind-up toy, like a lighthouse beacon in the storm.
You will obey me.
Bullshit, an attack so swift there's no time to react. A second looms over, her eyes hollow. Her eyes hollow, her beastly claws poised to strike. Polly will say anything to show her she reacts to his will.
Do it, demon. Your freedom for the life of a stranger. Yes, kill her. Prove your loyalty. Then I'll give you back your toy. I promise.
The succubus wraps her claws around her neck.
Fatan, I can't.
A command has taken hold of her, but still, she's wavering. Meanwhile, Polly, as like a sadistic spectator in a coliseum, rolls her struggle.
Raise your gun, timekeeper.
Gun, yes, I have a gun. But breathing strength, it's all...
Aim at her and pull the trigger. This monster's going to kill you. You'll have to shoot her if you want to live.
Polly presses further, eager to get a show. No matter how hard she resists, the succubus within her must obey. Her claws tighten around her neck. She can hardly breathe.
No, I don't.
Her struggle is as futile as her tears.
Obey your master.
Her claws starts to sink into her neck.
Yes, give in. Just like that. Look, Kimberly. She picked up the gun. Shouldn't you kill her before she kills you? She obviously values her own life over yours. And she won't hesitate to fire a bullet through your heart. To her, you're just a horrifying beast. I mean, look at you. You're a succubus. A demon born to be bound to a master. Born to be controlled.
His contempt is pliable.
No! I don't want to!
She's pleading. Tears pour down her cheeks.
Please. No more orders. No more running. No more. I don't want to be like my sister.
Hiding away for all those years, living no kind of life at all, only to be captured
If
and
that's
executed.
what you want, then kill her. Break her neck. Now, heed my order and kill Vertin.
She does everything she can to resist the command, yet her body is compelled to follow. She raises a claw and hangs in the air like a butcher's knife ready to slice its meat.
End your suffering with her death. Don't think. Just obey.
Her grip is tightened. The pistol, get it, there's still a chance.
Let go. Let go of her.
She's sobbing.
Nala.
Aim at him. Under 13 shot perimeter. Another clue. "18. Eye of the hurricane. A bullet shot into the pass. The bullet flies from the barrel, trailing a long white streak through the air. Oh! It pierces the wind-up doll in Palmer's hand. The tool of Nyla's subjection. The thing she has so desperately run away from, is destroyed. The power is lost. Its controlling force vanquished from the bullet.
How dare you!
Nala releases her throat. Palmer glares furiously at the broken wind-up toy, and shifts his gaze towards them.
Looks like negotiations off the table, Timekeeper. I suppose I'll have to turn to violence. Soldiers, kill them all. Spare no one but Kimberly. She's the only one the Admiral needs.
Nala looks over her shoulders at Polly. Her face twisted in rage, her bloodied claws poised to strike. Blood. His blood. She craves it.
I'll kill every last one of you!
Let's kill time together.
Also, we get all 4 characters, okay.
The moments of silence.
Another jar?
Charging.
It's newly made this year.
Learn from silence.
Target confirmed.
Enjoy! There they are. Another jar? It's newly made this year.
The moments of utterance.
Loading.
Got you. You don't want to miss it.
The light that illuminates all.
Ooh, 2 trapped. Off.
The moments of silence.
Coming.
Sterilize.
We walk in long nights.
I'll fill the cup for you.
Get out of here.
And now to return to my long-term mission. Rest.
Kimberly's going on a rampage. The battle quickly becomes a massacre.
Damn it! What kind of monster is she? Sir!
Maintain formation and fall back. Keep firing.
Polish troops are only equipped with the standard military gear. No device to capture Arcanus. No heavy firepower.
Go to hell!
Anger is pain, and she needs to release it. It pay for her tears and blood.
She's totally insane!
Kimberly grabs a rifle and smashes the stock into a fallen soldier's face.
Why?
First claws, then teeth, tearing, biting, slashing stomachs, ripping at throats, like a wildcat pouncing on a sparrow. The Xeno soldiers bravely fought but had not seen. Wait. Had they not been enemies, they might have made excellent allies. Thanks for the hydrate. Thanks for the stretch and posture check. Their loyalty to each other outweighs the fear of the enemy.
Retreat!
A small trickle of blood runs down her cheek. She walks mercilessly through the courtyard of the veteran residence, avenging all she has suffered. The enemies start to retreat, or rather, flee with the dignity of a soldier. The air is filled with bitter scent.
I am not a lamb for the slaughter!
The rain comes suddenly, washing away the blood spilled in the courtyard. It's over. They're gone. She collapses. Pain. Like thorns in her heart.
Everything will be fine, Kimberly.
She's crying. The wind-up doll lies nearby, shattered like her spirit. She springs her hand and gazes bently in the sky.
I'm here. It's okay. You're going to be alright.
The marigold in the courtyard are stained with blood. The place is a mess. Madame Maria's cat den has been blown to pieces. Perhaps she'll make a new one.
You're no longer bound by anyone. No contract, no seal. The wind-up toy's been destroyed. It's been shattered into pieces. You're free, Kimberly. You don't have to take orders from anyone anymore.
I'm surprised, even though she was getting strangled, that she was able to aim and destroy the toy.
Kimberly doesn't have to take orders. Nala doesn't have to take orders.
She repeats her word as she was drowning, and they're the only piece of driftwood to cling on.
Come.
The rain subsides, and the sun shines again.
If you've got nowhere else to go, you can come to the Foundation with me if you like. I'll let them know you risked your life to protect me from the Xeno rebels. Anyway, the choice is yours.
Nala breathes heavily.
I can choose.
Her confusion matches her pain.
Yes, whatever you want. No one can control you anymore. You belong to no master, only yourself. Belong to myself.
She looks down. She's covered in blood, like a newborn baby.
Like when my sister died. The first time I left home. Like when I fled to Sao Paulo during the war. Like the old days. That heartfelt home.
Real, yet distinct memories. To her, it's as though those times had been rolled into the sweet nectar of happiness. For a moment, she almost forgot where she's been running all the time.
Yes. No longer reliant on or under the control of anyone. Just think about who you are, what you want. And enjoy your new life, Nala, starting today.
A familiar silhouette streaks across the sky.
Kapitan!
Lilia descends, bearing bad news. Alright, 19, the gamble. The loser is left with nothing. The winner takes all. The master of the manor sighs.
All this time, waiting for Zeno. I really want nothing more than to clear up this little misunderstanding of ours. There's no benefit to me hurting you. I hope only to peacefully return you to your friends, and in return, receive mine. After all, this city and its false era will be washed away by this storm before long. Those poor unbelievers. We were all once like them. Yet to realize that we are children bathed in the light of the divine. One day, they will turn from darkness to light. Just like our Xeno friends did not long ago. The apostates, however, they who have abandoned our faith, they must die.
Heretics and oath-breakers, the most detestable of all.
I'm still curious, you know, about who attacked the manor. Who disturbed the meeting between the Apostles' Brotherhood and the messenger of the great Manus Vindicte? Who came here?
He kicks a small stone at his feet.
And took away my people.
The potion has locked the blind doctor's throat. She cannot speak.
I wouldn't be surprised if Marcando's already messed things up in the favela. But
he turns his back to the doctor.
As long as he continues to recruit the young arcanists, it doesn't matter. People like him are useful. tools to be used to our benefit until they're lost to this storm. Isn't that also how Zeno uses their soldiers, Doctor? As currency to be spent and lost?
A chip may roll away from the gambling table, but will only find itself at another. All the world's a casino, and all the men and women merely chips. We have no choice but to take our place at the table. He looks at the doctor.
At least Manus Vindicte promises these soldiers a future. A future worth looking forward to. The Sufferer will be reborn. And the Apostles' Brotherhood will sail south with me. We will become followers of the Sufferer, undertake their trials, and their grace will be bestowed upon us.
He leans close, whispering in her ear.
And with their blessing, no matter how many times the world is reversed, we will stand firm. For we will be immortal. Yesterday is within our reach, dear lady.
Lepero crushes to the bushes by the manor, observing the guard's movement. The place is pressing tight on security.
7, maybe 8 guards. No way to get through. Damn.
Cautious footsteps approach from behind.
Who's there?
Oh, sweet Mary. I finally found you. I bet you didn't expect to see me here, did you?
An unexpected ally.
Duncan? How did you know I was here?
Keep it down now. Our friends at the Veterans Residence told me everything. The timekeeper said you were going to the manor alone. Would you look at the beautiful greenery? Are you heading to that chapel?
Amidst the distant greenery, just past the building before them, peeks the chapel bell tower.
Yeah. If the doctor's in there, I have to find a way to break in.
Do you have any plans? Reinforcements?
Reinforcements? No time for that. Just watch. I can handle this myself.
The path to the chapel is well within the sight of the patrolling guards.
Unless you dare to join me, old-timer.
The old veteran answers with action. He lowers his sunglasses and lifts his blowpipe.
Give me a few darts.
Okay, here's the plan. You lure the guards away, and I'll check inside the chapel.
She tilts her crucible and, in the flame of the arcane skill, produces a few poisoned darts. She hands it to the old man.
All right. When I take my shot, I'll head that way. You stay hidden in the woods and make your way to the other side.
He crouches, aiming for the unfortunate guard's neck. The guard drops instantly.
Intruder! Over there!
Lead them toward the river.
Duncan catches the smoke bomb tossed by Lepero.
Let's make this a little more exciting, shall we, boys?
He lobs the bomb, aiming his blowpipe and pierces the bomb in the midair.
Nice shot.
With the guards distracted, Lepero raises her guns and makes her way to the chapel.
It appears someone has come to your rescue, dear lady. I'm not surprised.
Santos gazes at the doctor. He holds a small control pod in his hands. He has no qualm about reducing this place to a pile of rubble.
Doctor!
The shouts echo through the halls of the chapel.
It's you.
The little gambler from the ship.
I should have put a bullet in your skull back on that sheep.
I'm afraid you're playing the wrong game now.
Oh yeah? So what does the winner get this time, Dr. Torres?
She steps towards the enemy on the purport. Santos spreads his arms.
No. There are no prizes. You and I are nothing but specks of dust in the wind.
What? Sufferer. So it turned him into a creature?
It was you, wasn't it? You came to this sacred place and attacked my people.
Yeah, and I'm ready for round 2. And this time, you won't be leaving with your life.
Fate has brought us together this day, just as it brought you victory in that bed.
Let's kill time together.
I've got some treble brew.
Moment of utterance.
Another jar? It's newly made this year.
Fresh from the crucible.
Learn from silence.
Let's get it over quick. Got you. Ready? Aim.
Loading.
The moment of silence.
Stay put. This'll hurt longer if I miss.
Aim and shoot.
We walk in long nights.
Get ready. This is going to be a crowd pleaser. I've got some treble brew.
Wear gloves.
Ready? Aim. Wait for the pop. Ha! My crucible really has a mind of its
Oh,
own.
so it's almost like, okay.
What is that?
Phase 2?
Blood can only be paid in blood.
The moment of utterance.
I've got some treble brew.
Sterilize.
Charging.
Benefit from reading.
I never miss. Most of the time anyway.
I'm losing my patience.
Faraday's miracle.
tongues to speak of truth.
Loading.
Get ready! This is going to be a crowd pleaser!
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
Target confirmed.
Wait for the pop!
Circuits functioning properly.
Ready? Aim. Another jar? It's newly made this year.
I, Robot, child of science.
Fire!
And it is blood and gold that stain this land. I'm tired of playing this game of prayers. And I've had quite enough of you, little gambler.
Right away.
It's already over?
Guns emptied. Lopera drops her revolver and charges at her opponent with nothing but her fists.
Looks like I win again.
She kicks the weakened Santos to the ground, pinning him by the throat. Her fist pulls.
Yes. Yes. You won this round.
He lies among the rubble, blood trickling from his mouth. Smiling at Lopera's fist hovers
But
above
I'm
him.
afraid there won't be a table left to play the next. So long, little gambler.
What?
Perhaps it's time you paid a little more attention to your friend.
He presses the button in his hand. After a loud bang, chapel starts to crumble. In Lopera's moments of distraction, Santo kicks her away. He vanishes among the chaos of the explosion. Now there's no one but Lopera, the doctor, and the building that's about to crash them both.
Nieta!
She grits her teeth and runs to the culprit, freeing the bound doctor. She tries to speak, but the effort of the potion still holds her throat in a tight grip.
We can talk after we get out of here.
She holds the doctors onto her back and carries her through the falling debris. Okay, got another one. The photograph. Okay. This book isn't a history text, but the change in writing style suggests that there was a change in author. A lost codex. 5. They were greedy, they were cruel, they want to slaughter our own people, so we stand up. 6. We aspire to kindness and mercy. For this we must sit at the round table of kings and cardinals. 65. When the sufferers sent by heaven come, they will, under the guidance of angels, suffer for the people, and the spring will cleanse them of their sin, and thus heaven will arrive. 589. Let those willing to redeem join us, and let those unwilling be crushed by the crumbling stone. 590. Be loyal to your kin, protect the interests of your kin, and say nothing to mankind. 591. Respect your elders, for the wisdom far exceeds yours. 605. Make the shaping of order your lifelong work, and never cease. Alright, so 20. Farewell, Para. Don't forget to bid the day farewell and to honor yesterday.
Eliminate all hostiles. Find Lopera and Dr. Doris.
Following the Admiral's orders, Maldor has followed the tracker's button signal to the manor. But she arrived too late. While remains of the Brotherhood had no desire to fight, they scattered, putting a swift end to the gunfire. The blood-spattered, sugar-cane field burns, and amidst the smoke and blood, Maldor searches for the doctor and her sister. Just as the chapel collapses, Lepera makes it through the front door.
Huh? Where have the Brotherhood guards gone?
Neither Duncan nor the Brotherhood guards greets her.
Molly!
Pera, thank goodness this tracker button still works. What happened in the chapel?
I had to fight with Santos, but he got away. Weren't you supposed to go to the veterans' residence?
She flashes a brief, bittersweet smile. This is still a victory, a bit the perfect one.
Rescuing the doctor is our top priority now.
Dr. Doris sits on the muddy ground, cradling her typewriter.
I am so glad to see you safe, Doctor. Great job, Pera. Let's head back to the base with Dr. Doris.
What about the timekeeper?
She's on a new mission assigned by the Foundation. It's got nothing to do with us. Father wants me to bring you and the doctor back to the base as soon as possible.
What do you mean? Why the sudden change of plan? What's going on here?
No one told her about this.
Just come already. We're evacuating Sao Paulo.
Evacuating? Since when was this the plan?
Evacuating? To where?
Just follow your orders, Lopera.
Stun the ring. Is the storm coming?
The Admiral sent me to pick you up.
Then why didn't he tell me any of this?
I don't know. I'm sure he has his reasons.
In her hurry, she presents a reason her sister cannot argue with. Recognizing her hastily, Maldor sighs.
Fine. We're heading south. To Tierra del Fuego. They've made preparations for us. Come on, Pera. Come with us. You, me, Father, Talimei, everyone. We'll all be there.
Everyone? Why didn't anyone tell me about this?
Because... Pera, you can ask questions later. We don't have much time.
Lepera knocks away her sister's extended hand, taking 2 steps back.
No. Why are we going to Tierra del Fuego? And why are we running out of time? What are you planning to do? Who's waiting for you in Tierra del Fuego?
She grips the revolver on her side. She hesitates, fear and confusion flashing across her face. Her guns is safe. Her guns are reliable. As long as she holds them, she won't be hurt. She pulls it from the holster and slowly raises the barrel to her sister. With a final crash of thunder, rain starts to pour.
Who's behind all this? That jerk Ptolemy?
No. Father gave these orders.
Mother unbuckles her holster.
Come on, Lopera. Lower your gun.
The handgun slips from the holster and falls to the ground. Mother spreads her hand in the show of friendship, of sisterhood.
Father needs the doctor. We need her. Bring her back to the base and come with us to Tierra del Fuego.
Why? What are you going to do in Tierra del Fuego?
Seize the future, a future for all Arcanists. Father has embraced the preacher's promise.
Manus Vindicte.
Betrayer she has never imagined.
No. My family are not traitors.
Not in the past, not now, not never. The hunter never willingly becomes the prey she once
Look,
pursued.
you don't have to do anything for them if you don't want to.
She tries to explain, but she can't even look her sister in the eye.
Just come with us. Come home.
The single word makes the para waver.
Forgive me, Para.
Let's see.
Let's go. I walk back.
Show me what you got. What's going on? What's Pop planning to do?
What about you? Are you going to kill Father and me, like you did those traitors?
I've got some Rebel Brew. Give this a taste.
Drop your weapon, Para. It's time to come home.
Why didn't Pa tell me his plan? He doesn't trust me, does he? Did you come here to take me home?
Yes.
You're lying, Molly. Ready? Aim? I never miss. Most of the time anyway. That's nothing.
Enough is enough, Para. You're wasting our time.
You mean the time for your scheme? Taking the doctor back is more important than me, right?
No. Para, I want you to come home with me.
Home? You call that a home? With a traitor for a father and a sister who doesn't even trust me? Get ready! This is going to wait for the pop!
And now, to return to my long-term mission. Rest.
Taking advantage of the pair's moment of hesitation, Ladero launches an attack. As they wrestle, Lepero pulls the trigger, the bullet shooting in the sky and starts starting a flock of birds. Finally, Maduro wrestles the gun from Lepero's hand and knocks her to the ground. She lies there, winded and in pain.
Pa. Why is he doing this?
The pain is the least of her problem. She simply can't understand how things have ended up this way.
For the good of us all, Para. Consider your mission complete. I'll take over from here. Thank you for your service, Comrade Lopera.
Several Xeno soldiers, returning from their sweep of the manor, arrive at the lieutenant's side.
What's going on?
I'll handle this. Take the blind lady and retreat. Make sure she's safe.
The doctor offers no resistance, weakly surrendering to fate as she's taken once again. Boulder looks down at her fallen sister, her gaze cold.
I am sorry it has to end this way.
She raised her gun, aiming at her cherished sister.
Farewell, Hera.
The rain grows heavier. Lopera's soaked body lies in the mud.
Crap! Has something gone wrong? Wait a minute. What's going on here?
He pauses at the echoing of the gunshot and scans his surroundings.
Xeno soldiers. What are they doing here?
As an experienced soldier, he knows not to act rashly. In the distance, a young female officer leads the soldiers and doctor doors away, but there is no sign of Lopera.
That's the doctor, isn't it? Why isn't Lopera with them?
Duncan cautiously makes his way to the chapel to search for her. The rain comes and goes.
Tranquilizer bullet. Ugh, I see.
As the effect of the tranquilizer wears off, Lopera can feel her soaked clothes sticking to her. She sees the tracker button and has been destroyed. Although a bullet must have crashed it.
It's shattered.
Rodena's aim is sharp as hers. They truly are sisters. She grips the fragment in her palm, trying in vain to piece them back together. But the rain washes them away. First her biological father, now her adoptive one. Betrayal, rejection.
How long have you been planning this?
There's no answer save for a crash of thunder. She has no one but herself.
Am I really the only one who knew nothing about it?
Did her siblings know? Did everyone else in her family know?
Was I ever actually accepted into this family?
A bitter thought burns into her chest like fire. She forced herself up, her arms shaking as she heaves her body upright. Rain, wait, tears, rain, they both become one.
I have to tell the timekeeper. Mierda!
She pounds the ground, splatting her fist with mud. Did Duncan find her yet? From the shadow of the trees, a familiar figure emerges. It's Duncan! He's running over to her.
Lopera!
Following some good news.
Duncan, you're okay. We have to hurt.
She tries to stand, but her legs give way. She has collapsed again.
What happened? Why did your men leave you here all alone?
He supports the weakened Lopera. She gives him a sad smile.
Hurry back to the residence. It's Igor. He...
She can't bring herself to finish the sentence. The sky's clear, and the heat of the blazing sun washes over them once more. Okay. Long barrel, a pair of long barrel revolvers. So, 21, ground zero. Farewell, Igor. Now those tears have dried up. Lilia looks around and frowns.
I guess you haven't had an easy time either.
Rain and blood.
I have bad news. Igor's just started a rebellion.
Huh?
Lilia strides forwards.
He's got an army.
What's the situation at their base?
Not good. There was fighting and bloodshed. Lots of it. The rebels must have won.
She takes another swig of liquor in an attempt to steady her emotions.
Those traitorous bastards. What about La Pera? Did she defect too?
All I know is that she was sent to the Colonel's manor earlier. But why would Igor... If La Pera's also joined the rebellion?
What's unexpected?
The old farts set us up.
A burly figure appears at the entrance of the veteran's residence. It's Duncan, La Pera slung on his back.
She's injured!
Mr. Carson?
It's Duncan, kid. But that's not important. Lopera needs medical attention.
I'm fine. Damn you, Igor.
Waking up from her deep slumber, White Rum looks around to see the courtyard in disarray and an injured Lopera. As Duncan gently placed Lopera on a chair, she races up to her.
Oh, my darling little buccaneer. Who did this to you?
La Pera, could you tell us what happened?
Bloody and dirty, yes. But her injuries aren't serious. She only had a few scrapes and bruises. However, her eyes are swollen as she has just been crying.
Igor. He took Doris.
First, Xeno soldiers try to take Kimberly. Then Igor orders the kidnapping of Dr. Doris.
So, are you going to go after him? Yes, but you should stay here. Igor still wants you.
Igor mustn't succeed.
We'll come back for you later. Okay.
What now then, Capitan? There are no Foundation branches nearby. If we request reinforcements, they'll be too slow to arrive.
Then we go ourselves.
Count me in. I have to talk to Igor. He owes me an answer.
Lopera grits her teeth.
White Rum, could you take us to the Xeno base?
Anything to save the dock. Anchors away, mateys.
Back at the Xeno base, the rebels are organizing the final stage of their retreat.
You screwed up.
It's just a minor setback.
Bazar isn't happy.
Look, I'll deal with her, okay? Next time, I'll...
His defeat is a consequence of his own arrogance. It's a bitter pill to swallow.
There won't be a next time. We can't just waltz into the Foundation and take her. Anyway, are the aircraft ready?
Yeah. Father and the doctor will be boarding soon. Who is she, anyway?
I don't know.
Her answer is honest. She rarely questions her father. Her duty is to obey and execute, while holding onto a sliver of her own sense of justice.
Looks like Father hasn't told you everything either.
You should never entrust all the pieces of a puzzle to a single hand.
Huh? All this time with Father's made you quite enigmatic. There's a charm in mystery, you know.
Around them, soldiers are busy transporting supplies and burning sensitive documents into fire.
Are you not coming with us on the helicopter?
Someone has to stay behind and organize the retreat. You go ahead with Father. I'll join you later.
Sometimes I just don't understand you, mon dear.
Oftentimes, I don't understand myself either. Perhaps that's why Father always keeps me close. Just get going. I'll take up the rear.
The sound of gunfire echoes from outside the courtyard, but she pays in no mind whether it's an internal conflict or a counterattack from the Foundation. It doesn't matter.
Man, we're under attack!
Don't get entangled with the enemy. Focus on the evacuation. How many hostiles are there?
3! And the sailboat!
So Zilpera and her group.
A sailboat? What is this? The age of exploration or something?
One of them is flying some kind of aircraft. Oh, she's fast! 2 squads are currently engaged with her in Courtyard A2!
So, you're just going to leave me here in San Paulo, huh?
2 rebels breaks through the defense line and rushes over to her.
Where's Igor?
Her hands are bloodied. The muzzle of her gun sinks red from the repeated use of her arcane skill. No signs of the Admiral, only the unwelcome sight of her older brother.
You've grown taller since we last met, dear little sister.
There's a hint of malice in his voice.
Whoa, whoa. Don't look at me like that. I don't care what you do. Come home or stay with the timekeeper. I won't stop you.
Get out of my face.
She raised her rifle. The scene looks all too familiar. Time to execute another traitor. But someone steps in front of her.
Molly.
Miss Moldia. It's unfortunate that we have to meet again under these circumstances.
We've simply chosen different paths, Timekeeper. I suppose the next time I see you will be in Antarctica. Telemi, go join Father. I can handle this.
Her brother turns and leaves.
Molly. Why?
The remaining soldiers gather around the lieutenant, their weapons raised.
Forgive me. I can't let you pass.
Mother issues a command to her remaining soldiers.
Soldiers, take aim.
Can I start running?
Alright, take care, Rotor Storm. Thanks for coming by. Have a good rest.
What on earth is Igor trying to do?
We are soldiers. It's our duty to follow orders, not question them.
Molly.
Hold the entrance at all costs. They must not reach the Admiral.
Wear gloves.
You only make another jar?
Benefit from reading.
Oh, hi.
There they are. Enjoy!
Sterilize.
The moment of silence.
Wear gloves.
Loading.
It's newly made this
The
year.
moment of utterance.
Eliminate target.
You don't want to miss it. There they are.
Let's see.
Time for ears to listen. The moment of utterance.
Charging.
Benefit from reading.
Target confirmed.
Time for tongues to speak of truth.
Maximize the value
Another
of
jar?
dumbasses.
Loading.
The scale of your soul has tilted. The balance needs to be restored.
I remember it's called...
Lending a hand. The battle ends. Not one of Mordor's soldiers has survived. She falls against the wall, blood oozing from her forehead and shoulders. Face against her sister's gun, she cannot, or perhaps doesn't want to move. The sorrow in her eyes as her gaze meets her sister.
I don't ever want to see you again.
As the bullet casting falls to the ground, so too does a tear.
We couldn't halt Eagle's escape. More rebels came at us following the gunfire, and we were forced to flee the base. We failed.
So did Lepero let her sister go, or? Because when she said, "I don't want to see you again," I'm like, that kind of like, you know, it's like either it's just kind of saying like, "Yo, I'm letting you go," but like the other way would be like, "I don't want to see you again." It's like if she kills her, like there's no point of seeing her again. 22. The Roaring Forties. Summer ends here. The ICC begins. So we got two more after this, 23 and 24. I think 24 should be the last, hopefully.
You made the right choice.
Who's talking?
We simply followed their guidance, preacher. Unfortunately, we failed to bring the succubus. But I did bring you this, and Miss Earth as well.
No, Admiral. Not you.
Pin
Us.
wins.
We all need the miracle they bestow.
My men will not wear the masks, nor will they take the trials. We need no trials to test the loyalty of my children, preacher. And for now, Miss Earth will stay under my protection.
As you wish.
The preacher agrees to all the Admiral's requests. It doesn't matter, none of it matters. She looks southward across the sea.
Until next time, Admiral.
The preacher takes the relic left by the Mother of Resurrection and bids farewell to the Admiral.
Father.
Oh, she made it?
I shot at Lopera.
Shooting is one thing, whether the bullet hits the heart or the ground is another. To the Admiral, however, it is unimportant.
I have to be honest, Father. I don't fully agree with your decision. At least not on a personal level.
You are entitled to your opinion, Lieutenant. But I don't need your approval.
I understand. You only need my obedience.
Precisely.
Had you anticipated that Lopera wouldn't come with us?
She is inconsequential. She helped us retrieve Earth from that Brotherhood farce. That's all I needed from her.
But the Brotherhood, with all due respect, Admiral, I've heard they have connections with our friends at Manus Vindicte.
She finds it hard to call those once fought against friends. Treason is a stain not easily washed clean.
I thought you'd make the same choice she did.
No. I will always follow you, Father.
Just let her be.
The lone seagull glides across the sky, calling out as it flies to the warm north. Igor pats his daughter on the shoulder.
Now, bring me Dr. Doris.
Father.
She dutifully leads the doctor to her father and leaves the two alone.
I don't know you, sir. You must have mistaken me for someone else.
No, I couldn't possibly mistake you. Old friend. In the last days before the millennium, we fought side by side.
Memories flood the weathered halls of the Admiral's mind.
In hindsight, that battle may have been a mistake. The storm swept across the world, leaving behind an era of chaos. And we lost our future.
The Admiral has never been fearful of sacrifice, especially when it's been served to the grander goal.
But now, another path lies before us. One that we once fought desperately against. A path paved by Arcana. A path leading to a world free of conflict. My old friend.
Sally, she cannot comprehend even a fragment of those words. She's simply Dr. Doris, nothing more.
That marble chair the Foundation gave you. What's the secret behind it? What happened to you after you pressed that button?
Nothing.
Do you remember what happened after you walked into that white house?
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about that.
She's stubborn, but answers honestly. The old admiral sighs and pulls a stack of Utah magazines from his coat. They were not for his own reading.
My dear Miss Earth, your name continues to show up between the occurrences of the storm. I don't know what you've encountered, what you've experienced in all this time, but your very existence is about to change the fate of us all.
Another note. A typewriter.
I have some news you'll be happy to hear.
I'll spare you in 1 minute.
Trust me, you'll wish you had more than a minute for this. It involves a mutual friend of ours, a long-lost acquaintance you've been searching for. Doctor, writer, she goes by many titles, just like you and I. Sadly, in her current state, her brain capacity is limited. It's just like after that fateful battle ended. Few survived to remember her awe-inspiring feats. Now, this kind-hearted doctor has become a crucial part of another wicked scheme, of which our dear Admiral is well aware.
What does he know?
An orchestra without a conductor can barely play a symphony. Recognizing that missing vital piece, the Admiral seized the opportunity without hesitation. Experience gives a veteran his scars, yes, but also a scrap of wisdom. He knew he should gain the upper hand in this one-sided gamble.
Go on.
Your minute's up. Time certainly does fly, doesn't it? I'll be back when there's a new development. Stay alive if you can. I'd like to keep reading reports for you.
'23, the final curtain. Everything is a mess. Everything has come to an end. Perhaps there's still a chance.
I never knew that so many people lived on the river. I saw them tie plastic bottles to planks to make a bridge. And then they crossed the river as if they were walking on a row of puff-puff fish.
Sotheby's sheltered life has given her a few chances to witness the struggle of those on the verge of hunger. But ever since she came to consciousness with the water's edge, the same question has lingered in her heart. She restrains herself from voicing it. Duncan, well known for Lara, and everyone Duncan, well known in the Ferrara, and everyone keeps telling her, yes, that old man is Duncan from the veteran residence. It's like she's trapped in some kind of dream.
I know what you're thinking, little lady. But I am Duncan. My ID card, my military record, my medals. They all prove it. As for your friend, Mr. Carson, listen, I know it's hard, but at some point we have to move on.
Thank you for the advice. It's just...
Pardon me.
The Foundation staff member gently pushes open the door.
My apologies for interrupting. Miss Sotheby, I heard about what happened in the favela. Thanks to your efforts, Xeno has been able to recruit a new group of spirited youths.
The staff member then turns to Mr. Duncan. Sotheby gives a proud nod. She's more than just a pretty dress. She did her very best to help her friends in the furrow while the others were busy with their missions.
Mr. Duncan, we need to record your information and cross-reference it with that of Mr. Carson, who was lost during the storm of 1929.
It's bewildering, isn't it? How could there be another Mr. Carson?
1929?
A furious era filled with ambition, dreams, and madness.
Please come with me, Mr. Duncan. It won't take long. After that, you'll need to initiate the procedures for your re-enlistment in the Xeno Arms Academy. While the said procedures are underway, the rehab center will take care of the injuries you sustained in Sao Paulo. Welcome back to our cause. There have been many cases like yours. Politicians, singers, the list goes on. The Foundation compared them to photos from the 90s. While their appearances had changed, they were undoubtedly the same person.
These words leaves Duncan feeling puzzled. The place is strange, and their language is even stranger.
Hey, isn't that Lieutenant Lilia?
Lilia is hurrying down the hallway, swinging on her flask.
This is an alcohol-free zone, Lieutenant Lilia. Please try to follow the regulations.
Oh, did I just wander into another dry zone? Great. So many rules and regulations. Oh, how boring.
Has Lopera arrived?
She's in her room right now. Wurtzen managed to secure her some rest time before her interrogation. Poor girl. Honestly, no one deserves to go through what she has. It's even worse than being cooped up and buried in paperwork.
Clerical work is essential too.
She gives an awkward smile at the mockery of her work. Lilia cheers, pats her on the shoulder, and turns back to Duncan.
Well, good luck, Comrade Duncan. Don't forget to stretch your hand between signing papers.
She'd rather ride her red 38 until her legs went numb than to be stuck in the office all day.
You also need to write a report, Lieutenant Lilia. Our executives are quite curious to know how you managed to escape the rebels' custody.
Moldir, the woman in charge of the base, had one of her guards release me.
One their orders saves Lydia's life.
You mean to say that Moldir, the lieutenant who's joined the rebellion, set you free?
I think so. At least that's what the guard told me.
Lieutenant Moldir asked me to help you. Take care.
I'll be sure to make note of that. And of course, please specify this in your written report as well. This is very important, Lieutenant. If she's having doubts, then we may still have a chance to win back Igor's rebels. Or at least some of them.
Vice President Constantine makes a long overdue call to the Pax house.
Igor fooled us all with his rebellion. It's been confirmed that the Dr. Doras he took is none other than Ms. Erd. The motives behind his actions, however, are still unclear. While only a small number of the Xeno soldiers chose to join his rebellion, I believe it is necessary to urge the Xeno Arms Academy to strengthen the discipline of their members.
She removes a white chess piece from the board in front of her.
No need to worry about that. Xeno will handle it themselves.
If that's your judgment, then I have no objections. On a separate note, Moth, our mole planted within Manus Vindictae, has sent us some new information. The Manus are sending supplies, personnel, and weapons in huge numbers to the south. It appears our suspicions were correct. Manus Vindictae is preparing a ritual to draw forth another storm. The location of Jerry Wilson provided by Miss Lucy confirms that the Manus are moving toward Antarctica. Additionally, it's now clear that some of the arcanist organizations, including the Apostles' Brotherhood, have been assisting the Manus through criminal activities such as smuggling and human trafficking.
She advanced the black pawn to the chessboard.
All very valuable information. How's the timekeeper doing?
She's stable. It's worth noting, however, that she brought back a succubus from the Manus. She requested that we revoke the arrest warrant for the succubus and grant her all the rights enjoyed by Team Timekeeper, in accordance with the Storm Reformation Manpower and Discipline Act. I've consented to her request.
Excellent. She's the ideal person to keep watch over the succubus.
Very good, sir.
About Igor. The late Admiral Igor of the Xeno Arms Academy will be duly honored in the headquarters Hall of Merit. His great achievements and remarkable service deserve to be remembered. That's all for now.
The Admiral's betrayal has already casted a lasting shadow over the Optimist 90s. But the news that even after losing their leader, the Mantis has gathering once again is even more worrying.
Bert.
London, Lima, Ushuaia.
Hey Sasu! How's everything? How's your day so far? We're almost at the end of it. Thank you. Yeah, I had nothing planned. I'm like, eh. I was like the whole last week I was like all sick. So, and usually I don't have any planned, and because I was thinking of doing like some collab stuff, but nah, I didn't have time to ask people since I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel. The Foundation reports detail many cases like Duncan. I'm pretty good. See, the Foundation reports detail many cases like Duncan. One familiar face after another turns into someone else. The storm has brought everyone with it to the bright and hopeful 90s.
A report from Colombia. The mugshots of Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaviria do not match those archived. Similar anomalies have appeared for other notable figures.
There are many such cases, but the most pressing issue now is Igor's action.
Why did Igor abduct Miss Heard? And why does he want Kimberly?
One question leads to another, but the answer remains a mystery.
And where are Igor and his army going? Why did they defect?
That's a maze of questions and clues, and there's no waxing to peer over its walls and no thread to guide its way
Mr.
out.
Carson, who was reversed by the storm of 1929, has somehow reappeared in 1990.
If only there was some way to look beyond the towering walls of the maze and see things for what they truly are.
Or maybe there's more to it.
A person pulled under by the river isn't always swallowed. You're often washed by another shore. Possibilities, more possibilities. Crows gather and drive away the doves. And by the dry, decaying fountain, they peck at the rainwater.
Could it be that
She makes a bold guess.
The storm doesn't kill people. At least, not physically.
And we are at the last part. Monologues. A person is the total sum of their past. Opera picks up her gun and loads the bullets one by one.
1, 2, 3.
There are no enemies, no targets, no opponents. She has never raised her gun so aimlessly before. She's lost, like a hunter in the wilderness, but with no place to go and no home to return to.
Shots on target.
3 bullets are shot, but they leave only one hole.
1, 2, 3.
Empty shells fall. Bullets are reloaded.
1, 2, 3.
The room is riddled with bullet holes. Apparel is numb. She mechanically pulls the trigger. The gun does not respond.
Lies. Deception. Betrayal.
She loosens her grip and the revolver falls to the ground.
You planned to kick me out. Right from the very beginning, didn't you?
A plan that never included her.
Or did you never even trust me in the first place? Was this all some kind of game to you? Molly?
She's lost and alone. Nothing but herself and the hollow sound of the wind blowing through the window. She drops to the floor, curled up against the wall. And that's the end of the story, or the main event. Alright, we got dices. And let's see. Guys, you got to see this. This is the discovery of the century. The best way to rally co-workers together. Cryptographers, assemble! Alright, so what are all these numbers? Has John Titter affected you? Speaking human language as we're leaving. The gibberish on this paper might look like a treasure chest. A treasure map. You have to help me crack it. Where's Ulrich? Probably standing in line to buy a ship ticket to Australia. He won't be back for a while. Where did you get this? There's a box of punch cards outside the computer room. I tossed them into the deck holder. You should stop wasting your time. Those might be Ulrich's discarded scribble, for all we know. Alright. Now check our notes. We can piece everything together. I think we got everything for everyone. Intercepted telegraph. Secrets reviewed. Another bullet casing left on the execution ground. I have nothing to do for any of this. I swear. I swear it has nothing to do with me. It's an ugly wind-up figure and nothing more. Feathers fall to the ground. The white goose in her arm is gone. Through the endless days and nights, her stomach growls constantly. Sometimes, she mistakes ore stones for chunks of meat, nearly breaking her teeth on them. She licks the cut in her mouth from the stone's sharp edges, the warm blood flowing into her stomach. Occasionally, she dreams of the mansion, but that was so long ago that she started to doubt whether any of it was real or just a long dream. In the dream, she runs and jumps at her sister's banquet, tapping guests on the shoulder and drinking a toast to the bright future, but no one pays attention to her. Confused, she leaps into the table. Still, no one notices her. She's lost the ability to distinguish memories from fantasy, and nameless grievance ignites sparks of anger within her. She raised the torch and the mansion in her dreams burnt away like dry leaves until ash fills every corner of the dream world. Her memories have become collapsed ruins. Past face shatter. Experience peeling away like old paint, impossible to piece together. Everything returns to dead silent. When she awakens from the dream, she's in a strange and empty place. It's terrible and dull, nowhere near as interesting as the banquet. She once tries to scratch words on the wall with her claws, like writing a diary. Still, she begins to prefer life in this place because her only chance to leave has been to carry out missions. Of course, she hates missions. The blood always sticks to her claws and sullies her clothes. Out of curiosity, she once tasted blood. It was as bitter as lettuce. She hates lettuce more than anything else. This is where she learns to sing, a song her sister taught her. She's forgotten too many of the words and has no idea what dragons and zippers have to do with each other. But still, she sings it often. Every time she does, the picture wrinkles freeze. She doesn't know why she thinks of them, but every time she does, water flows from her eyes. She's tasted that water too, and it's even more bitter than the lettuce. Her eyes, looking like goose feathers, are as empty as the deep well. So that's their path. Oh, so did we not do the first one yet? I'm not sure if we did the first one, but we did the third one by accident. Under the dazzling chandelier, they indulge in toast, dance, and self-congratulate, whispering lips to each in high spirit. At the end of the red carpet stairs, the object of the discussion finally arrives, lifting her skirt and offering a slightly apologetic smile. Mentahari, my darling. The rich and powerful are reduced to bumbling fools with only a coy smile. People gather and cheer for chanting the hostess's name, circling at her feet, offering gold, offering jewels, offering their loyal hearts. Accompanying the hostess is her sister, like a shadow at her side. Whisper of this one echo through the depths of the mansion. The little girl who grew up in her sister's shadow ruled the mansion-sized kingdom, a child accustomed to tearing apart hot roast chicken with her hands, wiping grease from her mouth with her dress, and banging her tail on the chandelier as if they were wind chimes. She roams the back garden seated on a pony, laughing uncontrollably on its back as the scent of blood from the servant thorn-pierced leg fills the air. Gentlemen love her innocent malice. clapping to please her all the while. That is until a bullet pierced her sister's head. Fate reclaims all it has given, just as the man was banished from paradise, and so comments the prelude of wandering in exile. Merchant and drunken pamper converts their treasure. A farmer's wife exchanged a basket of cream cake and eggs for her jewel. A child trades a wallflower for her hairpin. Finally, her dress is covered in dust, and the ornament on her neck and wrist are all gone. Like in an encounter with the queen of the underworld, more malicious people end up wounded by her claws. Hunters love the scent of blood, swarming in for her bounty. So she hides in the forest, hides in the meadow, hides in the barn. Milk and meat run across the pasture. Grain fill the warehouse. She searches everywhere, but cannot find food for her own. When did they all change, sister? Why are my clothes always dusty? Why haven't the mansion servants come to find me? As her claws soak in her blood of the young rabbit that jumped out of the burrow, she feels an immense hunger for the first time in her life. Alright. Sometimes I sing, but the elders always weep, then whisper softly that it's not my fault. Get the wings. I love to tease us. So this is the second path. July 13, 1943. This is my first diary entry. Old Curtis said she would help me with my writing. She kept laughing and said I should use pronunciations, but didn't tell me what pronunciation is and sound like seasoning. Old Curtis brought me to a place called the nursing home. It was rubbish here, and old too, and the people's faces are all wrinkled up, and she wants me to start learning to read and do something called work so I can stay here and eat, and I do not want to keep running away anyway. Those people cannot find me here. August 15, 1943. These elderly people move so slowly. Where's the thrill? They all look like at my clothes and say I must be a rich girl from somewhere far away. I told them about my past. They laughed so much. Old Quinter didn't laugh, and another didn't laugh either. The one they called the soprano. She said I was a pampered poor little thing. Fate liked to lift people up and then smash them down. I don't know what that means, but I don't like her calling me a poor little thing. Bugs are little. They are not good things. They taste bad. Some even taste like dirt. So I'm not a bug. She also asked me why I was not angry at the soprano. I do not understand why I should be angry. The soprano says bad things, but she does not hurt people. She's hurt me. People who love to say things are the most dangerous. January 4, 1944. After picking up the morning truth paper, I tidied up the soprano's bed. I saw many newspaper clippings under her pillow, all about the opera house, about evening prayers. I was about to take back the soprano's handkerchief when she suddenly grabbed me. She asked if I couldn't see that life was getting worse. She said I must understand that feeling, but I don't understand what she was talking about. She said, when your skin becomes wrinkled, you'll understand, and everyone will die without dignity in regret and ignorance. I didn't know what she was talking about. I was very scared. I thought of my sister. I don't want to become my sister. After I put out the candle by her bed, she suddenly hugged me tightly and cried like a little girl. I copied what girl does and gently patted her back. She soon fell asleep. July 13, 1944. Old Quinton announced to everyone that it was the 1-year anniversary of my arrival at Heartfelt Homes. I was very happy because it meant there was a lot of food and no work. They said I was a star today, and I could decide everything, just like when I was at the mansion. I asked them if there were any ponies here. I wanted to ride one and let them chase me. The elderly laughed so hard their dentures fell out, but they all said they wanted to try, so I rode on Jenny the cow, and she trotted majestically. I rode on its back, and they chased me with their canes and wheelchairs. They fell, got up, and laughed heartily. No one helped them up. Finally, the sopranos caught me. She carefully used a bucket of hay to catch Jenny. When we got back, Quintera scolded me, saying I could have broken their old bones, but everyone was happy and so was I. At night, old Quentin gently patted my back, and I couldn't sleep. I thought of the soprano's words. I've been thinking about her words a lot lately. I asked Quintero if we would really just get worse and worse. She kissed my forehead and said, "What nonsense is that?" But I promised the sopranos not to reveal her secret. So I said nothing. That night, I dreamt of an old garden, but strangely, Jenny the cow was there too. Let's do from what's the para, then Duncan, and then Dr. Doris or Okay. I never thought it was a disgrace. On the contrary, it was the most honorable task Zeno has given me. This one is mine, rarely won against the others in training, even during your last session. So Lepero's Path. 1:32 a.m. The old geezers at the veteran residence always talk about scars, meadows, and sleepless nights. Now that my battles are over, those nights have finally caught up with me. First, it was my biological father, then Pa, and today, it's Sis. Every night, there's a ghost that won't leave me be. No, she's no longer Sis. What should I call her? Igor's lackey, or a rebel's watchdog? Forget it, it doesn't matter. Let's just call her by her name, Monar. Uttering those familiar yet strange syllables one at a time, a question pops up in my mind, making me shiver. Next time we meet, will you pull the trigger? Murda. Don't ask me it again. Don't ask me that. When did I become so weak and useless? When did I start depending on people? When did I start calling a stranger sis? I don't know. 2:27 a.m. This black and white checkered room always reminded me of chess. Every time I lost to Molly, Pedro would laugh at me for lacking technical mind. The funny thing is, I never thought of them as my brother and sister back then. Then came field training. My competitive streak got me a nasty cut. Molly shoved the scared soldiers aside and cradled my head in her lap. It was the hottest day of the year in San Pablo. The ground and air were scorching and warm. Voice drops hit my cheek. Between the shouts of the medic, I caught a hint of panic in her voice. After that, I saw Molly differently. Turns out the tough, reliable adjustment has a soft side too. Wait, was the sweat dripping on my cheek back then? 4:18 a.m. Molly said she was afraid of the cold, so on those rare cold nights in Sablo, there was always someone else in my bed. She likes to call me Inquenchable Crucible, and I joke about tossing her long hair into the fire to make pinatas. Back then, we were like real sisters. I nearly believed we were a normal family. I know I sleep like a pig. In the middle of the night, I find her curled in a corner while I hog the blankets. I know she didn't hate the cold as much as she claimed. She just... In the end, we were never really normal sisters. And we could never enjoy a normal life. Now, I lost my identity and my siblings. I'm just Lepera, but who is Lepera anyway? 5:30 a.m. The familiar sound of birds outside the window means I finally experienced my first sleepless night. Go ahead, chirp away. I envy you simply creatures. At least you have a nest to return to after catching a worm. In 27 minutes, the dormitory will be pushed open after 3 knocks, and Molly will find a way to drag me into the morning training drill. Something warm and moist fell in my eye. It was something I rarely got to experience. At least as far as I can remember. No, it was just something brought by sleeping and yawning. Sister, next time we meet, maybe I will pull the trigger. Alright, to be honest, I never had the courage to open these letters until I found that drowning girl. So she's talking about Sutterby? Don't be fooled by plain appearance. This here is the foundation of all my work, just as much as the callous old hands. The night at the veteran residence is alive with laughter as the farewell party for Mr. Duncan unfolds as planned. Empty wine bottles at the table piles up like fortification. as Ciolento spurs the crowd on, urging Mr. Duncan to share some tales from his younger days. Haha, it's a fine idea, don't worry. Old Duncan might have a few drinks, but he's not about to spun yards just to fool you all. Mr. Duncan chuckles, rubbing the white stubble on his chin. Whether it's pink dolphins, headless mules, a treasure map inside giant snakes, it all happened exactly as I told you. A barrage of adventurous stories hits the listeners like a volley of cannonballs, until late in the night, when Mr. Duncan signaled for everyone to settle down. He paused for a moment, then begins to speak slowly. Next is a story that is not so cheerful, one that I saved for last. I'm sure my oldest friend here remembers the 1958-9 Lefranc flight incident. Yes, it took my whole family from me. Looking back, I was like a training dummy knocked down into the field, nothing left intact except a pocket full of medals. 2 years later, in the peacekeeping force in the Congo, I met Don Marino Martinez. The officer called him Rookie, but he fancied himself in the proud lead singer of the military song we sang. In its language, those two words sounds familiar. Eventually, everyone just called him the lead singer Martin. At first, I didn't want to get close to the Argentino, but I ended up being lead singer Martin's roommate. He was born with the gift of the gap. His thick lips were always flapping like wet palm leaves. Back then, I was so young and foolishly thought I could quiet him down with nothing but my silent protests. But gradually, he wore me down and I became talkative myself. Once we got to know each other, we often argued about football, politics, and customs, but he always followed his officer's orders. Then our lead singer's voice was forever silenced. He sacrificed himself to protect the entire unit. That's another story. As I sorted through the belongings, I learned he came from a wealthy family and left home in pursuit of the sense of honor. 2 years later, I discovered in the investigation that the daughter Martin entrusted to me was also a victim of the Flight 502. Good heavens, was that the devil's joke? The kind no one could appreciate? Many years passed and the decorated scout retired and was placed by old man watering the Farinella. Now, I look back at the word honor. Ha! Ha ha! It seems more valuable than gold. For it, Martin and I gave everything precious to us. In the end, we still relied on it to live, like fine wine in a bottle. You always want another glass and another until you find yourself drunk and face down in the gutter. Now, your old Duncan may be about to embark on the last journey of his life. Of course, it's no longer for those petty honors, but to make good on what the kids always say. Got yourself in trouble? Go find old Duncan at the veterans home. We'll sort it out for you. Then we got the last one, Dr. Doris. I'll check what the... It has accompanied me through every inch of the rainforest and beyond. We rode together, recorded it all, so that people wouldn't forget what has happened. Once you get used to the darkness, you find it kind compared to the fate that took my sight. So the Dr. Doris's path. So we got these diseases, cholera, malaria, and countless other maladies, some yet to be named by the medical community, weaved their way through these streets, touching everyone, human and arcanists alike. The rampant spread of disease served as a stark reminder. In the face of death, we are all the same. In the labyrinth alleys of the Ferdella, life is a tapestry of shared hardship. Here, poverty and dissolution knows no boundaries, affecting all, both material and spiritually. The roots of disease may not lie here, but the sorrow that fuels the bloodshed in the streets certainly does. People are divided by wealth and poverty, not by extreme claim that all arcane suffering is caused by human. Illness struck both arcanists and humans just as hunger, violence, and the ignominy of enslavement and discrimination imposed on everyone. The The authorities turn a blind eye to the spreading racial hatred, while the Apostle Brotherhood fans the flame under the nose of the sleeping watchdogs. Deepens the tragic divide to the recruit followers. Gangs like parasite vines thrive on the misfortune of the favela, waging endless turf wars where crimes is as common as breathing. Yet, despite all this, the favela is not the infernal people imagine. The residents of the favela are both passionate and frugal, poor yet generous. They will share their meager food with you, thank you for crumpled pretzels, and genuine tears of saving their child. And yet, they will draw a knife over a scientific piece of fidelio. A person's death merely adds another silent corpse to the river, and sometimes even the deceased family remains different. Retired Xeno soldiers conduct charity work here, seeking alternation to gang life for the youth. Sports field, the military, labor cooperations. No matter what, this land is full of vitality, despite the spread of crimes. Like the ever-flowing river beside them, the lives continues. This hellborn ship still sails through the troubled water of San Pablo's fate, as it did before I arrived here, and perhaps will continue to do so long as I leave. All of the Latin America suffers because of its imbalanced wealth, and is torn apart by this insensate greed. One person's poverty is another's feast. Suffering, nourishing happiness, like the two banks of the river, clearly divided. Dear reader, this is the land I currently inhabit, a friend from afar. I collected everything on the collection of loots. What's this? What's this? Oh. Wait, what do you mean trace? Wait, how do we get traces? Huh? Is that what the... Nope. Well, I guess I could do the hard part of this once. It's mostly just gonna be got a star. Let's see what's to say. The world is changing so quickly that even the tourist has to pick up the pace. Transfer notice. After the discussion of the headquarters and based on the current global situation and the condition of each branch, the following transfer notices are officially announced. The Texas base will be abandoned and all personnel evacuated. Comrade Igor will be transferred to the Xeno Brazil branch to succeed General Carlos as commander. All other branches will remain unchanged. This transfer notice is official and has been approved by the PAX Security Council, effective immediately. Some things have been lost for too long, and recovering them is now a luxury. Containment code, Miss Kimberly. Confirmed that Matahara still has a sister on the run, but her whereabouts remain unknown. A bounty has been issued through the Hunter Guild. Confirmed that the fugitive Matahara sisters are involved in espionage and assassination activities. Codename Kimberly. Personnel has been dispatched for containment. Use force as necessary. Miss Kimberly contract item has been recovered without any affected conflict. The original contractor has been handed over to local government authorities, and the contract item has been sent to the headquarters for permanent storage. Due to secondary incident caused by the storm, the contract item was lost during the accident. A high priority standing order has been issued. Any field personnel who come across Miss Kimberly's contract item must immediately recover it. If it is confirmed that Miss Kimberly's seal has been broken, ensure personal safety and contact headquarters to assign the special agent in resealing. Miss Kimberly was found in San Francisco. Xeno has been tasked for searching for and sealing her. Admiral Igor reports that the contract item has been recovered and prepare for containment are underway.